once you start fasting again?
Make the intention again.
You have to renew your intention. You can't.
What's the original question? The original question you asked.
What should I do if I'm sick and unable to fast? This is a fact. This is from the class yesterday. Wait, man.
He just giving us a briefing.
Yeah, I'm testing them to see if they remember everything from yesterday. All right. Issue number 5. What about a pregnant woman? Is she allowed to break her fast?
Depending on the situation.
No.
Depends on
Yes, a pregnant woman, she has to nurse the feed. Yeah.
Only if it's endangering her life.
Yeah, if there's some type of danger to her life or danger to the life of the baby, she's allowed to break her fast. Otherwise, she has to fast. She has to fast. There's nothing in the Quran and the Sunnah that says a pregnant woman breaks her fast. But if there's some danger for her or for the baby, then she has to break her fast.
It has to be, she had a fear.
A fear of.
And a legitimate fear.
Yeah.
A warranted fear. Not a whisperings of shaitan fear.
Yeah.
Okay, no, it has to be something like legitimate. She has major issues and she needs to drink water and she needs nutrition. She breaks her fast and she makes those days up after she has the baby and whenever she's able to make those days up. Yeah. Issue number 6, what about a terminally ill person who cannot fast? What about an elderly individual who cannot fast? So a terminally ill person, he's on his deathbed.
You don't have to make it up.
Yeah, what should happen though?
You should feed,
But he can't, he's dead, he's dying.
So nothing should happen.
But the family,
No, he have to
his family should feed the poor person for him. But if he is terminally ill to the point where he's on machines and he's not conscious at all, then he's not even witnessed Ramadan. Because it said, "Man shahida minkum shahra falyasumhu." Whoever witnessed the month, then let him fast. And he hasn't witnessed the month because he is not even cognizant of what's going on around. So, but the family should still feed one poor person, get him the reward. He's about to die, let him, get some reward. What about the old person, the elderly person? Elderly person, come on, what's
They should fast.
if he's able to, but what if he's gotten to the age where he's not able to?
He should feed.
Feed one poor person for every day.
Yeah.
Alright? And how much food? A pickle and a piece of bread?
enough that you
A
would feed
pizza?
yourself.
A pizza. A half a pizza. We set the limit. He has to feed him at least.
At least a half a pizza.
Yeah, he has to feed him enough food where he goes satisfied.
I thought it was enough that you would feed yourself.
It's just enough to satiate his appetite.
So,
Yeah. Like a custom, like whatever the custom meal is amongst the people, that's what you give them. You give them what's customary.
These two guys right
number
here,
one.
feed them real good, right?
If you choose a skinnier person, yeah, if you want to do your makeup for the days of Ramadan and feed the poor person, but you don't know, he might eat more than him. You never know. I've seen some big guys.
He eats a lot. I ate with him, Jamil, he eats a lot, and I mean a lot.
So you gotta be careful. Just make sure you give them enough to satisfy. Alright, what about the menstruating woman? What?
She must, it's mandatory.
Alright, and she also has to do what? She has to make her days up and what?
I forgot that word. No, she has to.
And restate her intention?
Yes, gotta renew her intention for the fasting of Ramadan. Alright, that's it, inshallah. So, chapter 9, how to break the fast. Alright, so now we've gone through the fasting. Now we're dealing with what? How to break the fast. So now we're dealing with the thought. There are different issues that we have to cover regarding the issue of breaking the fast. Number 1, when do we break the fast? Number 2, what should we eat? Number 3, you don't have to hear the adhan. And number 4, is there a supplication, a dua, that I should say when I break my fast? Now, I'm going to go ahead and allow you guys to tell me what you know, And then I'm going to disappoint you as we go along in the chapter. So number one, when do we break the fast? When the sun sets over the horizon. Okay, what should we eat?
You should, water, it's customary.
We should eat water.
Drink water and date.
Alright, so we should drink dates and eat water.
Drink,
Right.
we should eat a
Drink
date.
dates and eat water.
What about the hair?
Drink water.
Hair? Like, what is it about for your body?
That's a different idea.
Oh.
3 parts of the
What is
stuff.
it?
He's focused.
Not here.
Oh,
We're not taking no short bus questions today. We want the big bus, not the short bus. Alright. Alright, so you say what? Dates and water. Because it said what we should. When you say that it's a sunnah, what's your evidence?
It's preferred.
Even preferred, that's, you gotta bring evidence.
Well, any said that Rasulullah, sallallahu alaihi wasallam, broke his fast with a date? 3 dates, I think.
Is that hadith authentic?
I don't know, I'm not a scholar.
This is where where the tires hit the road now, you know, is it authentic?
It's authentic. That should be a Bukhari Muslim.
I think it's in Bukhari Muslim, but I'm not going to do
I'm gonna let you talk and then we're gonna read, inshallah.
Broke his dates, broke his fast with water and dates, right?
Alright,
He is fucking Muslim.
alright. Stop cheating. Alright, do I have, because he knows these questions, so he starts trying to find the answer beforehand. Do I have to hear the adhan?
No,
No, because most of the time, who's gonna break his fast first?
the Mu'adh.
The muaddin. So if you see the muaddin breaking his fast, you break your fast before he calls the adhan. Alright, is there a supplication that I should say? Is there a specific dua that you say when you're breaking your fast?
Are you talking about Sunnah? I've read the supplications, so I would say yes.
Are they authentic?
I wouldn't know.
Yes. Yes.
Also,
I read
Bukhari
them in Bukhari and Muslim.
Well, I'm not sure.
Them the only ones I read. They're the only ones I read in Bukhari and Muslim, really.
Bukhari, everybody's got Bukhari and Muslim. They're gonna be really shocked now. You say Muslim? Since I Muslim also.
He said Sahih. It
Alright.
might be Timothy.
We will cover these issues one by one, inshallah. Issue number one, when is the correct time to break the fast? The correct time to break the fast was articulated in the following hadith. Hadathana al-Humaydi. Al-Humaydi is the Shaykh al-Bukhari, and he put al-Humaydi as the first shaykh that he narrated for in Bukhari. What's the first hadith in Sahih Bukhari? إنما الأعمال بالنيات. But what is the chapter that he put that hadith in? What's the first chapter in Bukhari? Yes, Bab and Kitab Badr al-Wahy. So he talks about how the revelation started. So why did he start with that hadith and that has nothing to do with the revelation beginning?
Because that was what was going on at the time.
Because this hadith is the pillar. I mean, it's one of the hadiths that, you know, you should put it at the beginning. Even some of the ulama said they should be at the first chapter of every single book of hadith. Because every action that we do is based on what? It goes back to our intentions, everything. So salat, this should be the first hadith. Saum, first hadith. Hajj, first hadith. Zakat, first hadith. Everything. So he put this in the book because this is the founding hadith of the book. Where does Sahih Muslim, where did he put it? I think double check it. I'm more familiar with Bukhari than Muslim. I think Muslim, I think you might have put it at the end. I'll check it later, inshallah. Alright, but he put this is the first hadith in Sahih Bukhari, in the first chapter of Sahih Bukhari, and the first shaykh that he narrated in his book is Al-Humaydi, the guy that you see here. Why did he do that?
Oh, because two of his teachers had beef with one another.
What's the name of the chapter? Kitab Badr al-Wahy. Where did the Wahy start?
In Mecca.
And where's Humaydi from?
Mecca.
He's from Mecca. So he had all the different chains and narrations for this hadith just to show you how genius this man was, that he chose his sheikh, it was from Mecca to start his book off because that's where the revelation started. So he wanted to chain the narration with the people from that place. So yes, he's a genius. حدثنا الحميدي حدثنا سفيان حدثنا هشام بن عروة قال سمعت أبي who's his father?
Abi,
Who's the father of Hisham ibn Urwa?
Amr, you said Hisham ibn...
Hisham ibn Urwa. Who's his father?
Oh, they were like nicknames.
Alright. And Urwa is known for narrating from who? Generally, 9 times out of 10 he narrates from who? Who comes after Urwa? And Abihi? No. Go back. And Abihi radiallahu anhu, he narrates generally from Aisha radiallahu anha. So sometimes he will drop her out of the chain of narration, but he got the hadith from her. يقول سمعت عاصم بن عمر بن الخطاب so no, he heard this hadith from who? عاصم بن عمر بن الخطاب عن أبيه رضي الله عنه قال قال رسول الله صلى الله عليه وسلم إذا أقبل ليل من ها هنا وأدبر نهار من ها هنا وغربت الشمس فقد أفطر الصائم. So he said إذا أقبل الليل من ها هنا. So where is the layl, the night time? Where is it going to come from? From the east, because the sun is setting in the west. So أقبل الليل من ها هنا. So this way, right? وأدبر النهار من ها هنا. So the layl is now turning. The daytime is like basically retreating, because أدبر in the Arabic language it means to what? To retreat. أقبل is like to move forward, to move forward. So the night's coming from the east, and the daytime is what? Is retreating. Alright, retreating. So he said, min ha huna. So when you see that happen, when you see the night coming up here and the daytime retreating over there, that means that the sun is over the horizon, so the light is getting dimmer and dimmer. He said, فَقَدْ أَفْطَرَ الصَّائِمُ. He said, at this time what? The faster has broken his fast. It's time to break the fast. So this is the narration, and this is the time that we break our fast. This is in Bukhari and Muslim. Once you see the sun dip over the horizon and it's time to break the fast, this will be discernible with darkness appearing on the horizon from the east and the fading light on the horizon in the west. Alright, issue number 2. And how do you know when it's getting closer and closer to the setting of the sun?
The orange glow.
The rays of the sun, what? They go away. When it gets closer to the horizon, you see that the rays, they're gone. And at this time is the time for Asr is left. As long as the sun still has its rays, you can pray what? You can pray Asr. Once the rays are gone, then khalas. This is the walk of night. This time is prohibited to pray. Alright, so issue number 2. So that's clear, right? Issue number 1, when?
Once the sun is set.
So we see the night over here coming. We see the daytime. Yeah, retreating over here. Khalas, we break our fast. Issue number 2, what should we eat when we break our fast? Let's see if this is in Bukhari and Muslim.
Something like...
Wait, don't stop cheating now. We know what your answers were before you look. The main narration, now, you gotta pay attention to the wording here. I said the main narration used. So what does that mean I'm about to do?
Use what is commonly accepted by...
This is the narration that the people use to say this is what you should eat. But I'm generally about to do that when
You refute someone.
when the hadith reveals it. Alright, the main narration used, which details the best foods to eat at the time of breaking the fast, is the following hadith. And Salman ibn Amr al-Dabbi رضي الله عنه عن النبي صلى الله عليه وسلم قال إذا أفطر أحدكم فليفطر على تمر فإن لم يجد فليفطر على ماء فإنه طهور. رواه الخمسة وصححه ابن خزيمة وابن حبان والحاكم. So this hadith, the Prophet ﷺ said, if one of you breaks your fast, فليفطر على تمر. So let him break his fast with what? with dates. Alright, فَإِنْ لَمْ يَجِدْ, if you can't find, then let him break his fast with what? With water. فَإِنَّهُ طَهُورٌ. What does this mean, طَهُور?
Meal.
It's more than pure.
It's pure and it can cure others.
Because you have a difference between something being tahir and something being tahur. Water is tahur. Gatorade is tahir. This is not tahur. So what is the difference between the two?
Tahur is like you can use it.
Yeah, when something has the two characteristics of one being pure in its essence and you purify with it. So for example, can you make wudu with this?
No.
So it's, why? Because it's not tahur. It's tahir, but it's not tahur. The only thing that is tahur is what? Is water. Because water is pure in its essence and it purifies other than it.
What about dirt? Like for, what is it? For tayammum.
Yeah, I'm talking about liquids. But yeah,
Oh, liquid.
the dirt is pure, yes. And now he remembers the Gatorade. I was wondering where my Gatorade went. Hey. Alright, so whenever he said individual tahur, it means that it's pure in its essence and it purifies other than it. So that's tahur. Alright, so this is Rawahul Khamsa. What does that mean? 5 people narrated the hadith. Who are these 5 people?
Bukhari and Muslim.
No. Why am I here? Huh? Oh.
I was into it.
Get that?
Who are they? No, because you're not there. Huh?
You break your fast, you don't have big.
Answer the question first.
Musnad Ahmed,
That's one. Now who are the other 4?
Surah Zana.
Tirmidhi, Nasa'i, Ibn Majah.
And Imam Ahmed. So everybody out of these 7 books, no, because the 7 books, Bukhari and Muslim did not narrate it, so all the other 5 narrated it. Alright? Once you say 5 of the 7, that the hadith must be authentic, right?
I was thinking that.
Well, you would think that, right? It's in 5 books of hadith.
That's kind of confusing me. Enlighten me. You say Bukhari and Muslim didn't narrate it, but the other 5 did.
Yes.
Tahibbi,
Abu Dawood,
Abu Dawud. Okay.
yeah, Abu Dawood, Tirmidhi, Nasa'i, Ibn Majah, that's 4. And then Imam Ahmed narrated it in the Musnad, another book outside
Go
of
in
it.
that order?
Yeah. Sunan Abi Dawood is the most authentic book after Bukhari and Muslim.
Okay.
And they don't put the Musnad in it because the Musnad is huge. So the 6 books of hadith are those without the Musnad of Imam Ahmed. And Imam Ahmed is out of the Kutub Sittah, out of the 6 books of hadith. But it's still, it is a major book, major book. Alright, let's do this. However, this hadith is not authentic. In the chain of narration is a person by the name of Rabab bint Sulayya, and her status is unknown. Unknown, it means what? It means in the Arabic language that you say that she is majhula. Majhula, it means what? No, she's not ignorant. Like her status is unknown. We know who the person is, but we don't know anything about this person being capable of narrating hadith, so we don't take hadith from him. You understand? Because for a person to be a narrator of hadith, and the person's hadith being accepted, he has to be what?
You have to have a trail?
You need to know.
You have to be a sound
You
character.
need to know who this person is.
Oh, who memorized the Baykuni there? He said, يروي عادل ضابط عن مثله. عادل ضابط عن مثله. So these are the conditions of the person being a narrator of hadith. And this is the same thing, not just for the narration of hadith, but also if somebody comes up to us and says something and says, hey brother, I heard students so-and-so say this. If he doesn't fit these conditions, what? We reject what he says. Doesn't matter because you're not accepted. This is not just for hadith. This is for everything in this deen. whenever we accept any information from a person, yo, that's it. Nobody does it. Y'all either act right or you go downstairs. Not you act right or you go to sleep in the corner. Alright, so these are the conditions. And this is not just a condition of a person who was. It's not only for hadith, this is everything, this is deen. So the first condition is the person has to be adil. Adil means what?
Like upon the deen.
He has to be upright, mustaqim ala deen. So like we talked about, what was the example we talked about sighting the moon?
Oh, like if someone who sells weed, he says, I seen the moon.
Smokes weed. And he said, I saw the new moon. Do we accept it? No, we don't accept anything from a person like that. We don't live, or if a person doesn't pray in the masjid, never known for being in the masjid, what?
No, we don't accept
We don't accept anything. Why?
Because we don't know him.
He's not adil. He doesn't fulfill that condition. Alright, the adala in his deen is what? He's an upright person. He doesn't drink, doesn't do drugs, doesn't miss salawat. He's in the masjid, the people know him, and they know him for being what?
Upright.
An upright, honest person. Alright, that's number one. The second thing is what? Adilun babitun an mithlihi. So babit means what?
Precise.
He has to be precise in the information that he narrates. So if he's known for being a person to tell you a story, and then you go back and check the story with the person that he's saying it, and you always notice these little mistakes, even if he's adil, even if he's an upright person, this guy is sitting in here reading Quran all day long, but he's not known for being precise in his narrations, what?
We don't accept it.
We don't accept it. We go back and we double check it. He needs to bring somebody else that fits those conditions, and then we'll accept it from the other person. And then it says, adilun babitun an mithlihi. An mithlihi means what?
Like in with himself?
That means that he has to narrate the information from a person who is what? Like him. So if an upright person, he's adil, he's babit, he's precise in his narrations, he narrates a story from a crackhead. What? We don't accept it. It's not that we don't accept it from him, but what are we rejecting? We're rejecting the crackhead. Or now here's the story, now what we're getting to. He narrates from a person that we know, but we don't know his status because he prays in another masjid. We don't know, is he a student of knowledge? Is he a person who fits these conditions? We don't know him. So do we accept the information from him?
No.
No, so we say he's majhul al-hal. Majhul al-hal, it means that his status with us is unknown. He has an unknown status, and even though we know him as a person, if we see him, we can say, oh, assalamu alaikum fulan. We know his name, but we don't know his status. As far as narrating information, we don't accept the information from him. And see how beautiful this religion is? And what is this for?
Preservation.
It's the preservation, to protect the honor of the Muslim. That we don't go around and just start spreading things, that we go back and do what? We go back and investigate and double check. Where did you get that information from? What's your chain of narration? And this is not just for hadith, this is for everything. Somebody comes up to us and says, hey man, I heard Fulan say blah, 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 blah. Where'd you hear it from? I heard it from him. Alright, now we're going to investigate who?
The person.
I'm going to start investigating him. Let's look at his background. Who are you? Alright, and then we're going to go find out his name, go check him on Facebook. He's posting pictures of smoking blunts on Facebook. Are we going to listen to him now?
No.
Man, get out of my face, I think. Seriously, no. Because at this point, his value, the value of what he says has the same value if you urinated in this bottle and tried to sell me that urine in the bottle. What's the value of that? Nothing. And that's the value of his information. So we don't accept information except for somebody that's what? Upright. His eyes are ballers and mithlihi.
No.
Oh, I thought you raised your hand. Alright, so that's what this means when we say what the person is, the status is unknown. It means majhula al-hal. Majhula because it's a woman. It's a female. Alright, so the narration is rejected. This hadith was also graded weak by the Imam of hadith of our time, Nasruddin al-Albani. Now, Shaykh Mubil rahimahullah, he used to say about the hadith from Shaykh al-Albani, he said, If Shaykh al-Albani, rahimahullah, if he said that the hadith is hasan, go back and check it. But he said if Shaykh al-Albani said that the hadith is da'if, don't waste your time. Why? Why would he say this statement?
It was precise.
Because he knows that I might double check it.
No, which is what he said. If he says that the hadith is hasan, he said go back and check it. But if he said that the hadith is da'if, don't waste your
You
time.
don't believe it?
No, believe him. Like, don't waste your time. You don't relax. You don't need to go research. This is done. It's over.
What is Hasan and Da'if?
Hasan, it means that it's sahih, it's authentic, but it's weaker. It's a little weaker, but it's authentic. But it's just, it's, like here you have like imams narrating from the imam, but here you have a person, he's strong, but he's not at that level of like somebody like Sufyan al-Thawri, Sufyan ibn Uyayna, like the big imams of hadith.
Is it because Shaykh al-Albani's like history of raising the grading of weak hadiths? That's why they say.
Well, he would make a hadith hasan based on the number of chains of narration. Even if every chain of narration was da'if, but he would say, look, there's so many different chains of narration, I'm going to make a hadith hasan bi majmu'a turuqihi, which means with the combination of all the past. But, you want to answer this question? You got another question?
I have another one.
Oh, no, wait, hold the other questions for now. So if he said that it was da'if, that means that he did everything that he could to make that hadith at least hasan. Hasan is the lowest level of sahih, of authentic. So that means that he made it da'if, that he couldn't even find something to even say that the hadith was hasan. That means it's over. So if you got like the silsilat al-da'ifa from Shaykh al-Albani, and you find a hadith in that, it's game over. It's done. And this hadith, Shaykh al-Albani made it what? Da'if. So what does that say? It's over. Alright. There is another narration in Sunan al-Tirmidhi that was graded hasan by the other Imam al-Hadith of our time, which is Shaykh Mubil ibn Hadi al-Wadi'i, which is the Shaykh of Yemen. Now what was the difference between what Shaykh al-Albani used to do and what Shaykh Mubil used to do? I told you what Shaykh al-Albani used to do, and I told you what Shaykh Mubil said about the hadith. Shaykh al-Albani would combine the chains of narration and say it's hasan bi majmu'a turuqihi. Shaykh Mubil, he would not make the hadith hasan unless what? He had to find at least one chain of narration that was authentic. Something. It had to be either one chain of narration or another hadith that's similar to it in wording that would be like yashhad lahu. It would be like a witness for that hadith. If he didn't have that, then what? Hadith is da'if. So you got the two imams of hadith of our time, Shaykh Nasruddin al-Albani and Shaykh Mubil ibn Hadi al-Wadi. Both of them agreed that this hadith is what? This hadith is not authentic. Now we have, but Shaykh Mubil had a different hadith that he said is hasan, which we're going to get to now, which is the following hadith. حدثنا محمد بن رافع حدثنا عبد الرزاق من عبد الرزاق؟ حدثنا عبد الرزاق أخبرنا جعفر بن سليمان عن ثابت عن أنس بن مالك قال كان النبي صلى الله عليه وسلم يفطر قبل أن يصلي على رطبات فإن لم تكن رطبات فتميرات فإن لم تكن تميرات حسوات من ماء. So here the Prophet ﷺ said that, the narrator said that the Prophet ﷺ used to break his fast ala rutabat. What is a rutabat? Fresh dates. Like the dates when they're yellow off the tree. The fresh dates, these are called rutab. Alright, this is in the Quran. What is it? Surah Al-Maryam.
Oh, I know. Just tell me the first word of the ayah.
He's gonna fail.
No.
These are the types of questions you get asked for the ijazah, right? Rutaban janiyya.
Rutaban janiyya.
Yeah, so like basically the tree would come down like and give her like rutab while she was pregnant with Isa alayhi salam. So rutab is fresh dates, right off the tree. Alright. He said, فَإِن لَمْ تَكُونَ رُطَبَاتٌ فَتُمَيْرَاتٌ, which is small dates, like small dates that he would eat. فَإِن لَمْ تَكُونَ تُمَيْرَاتٌ حَسَوَاتٍ مِنْ مَاءٍ, he would take sips of water. He would take sips of water. And this hadith is Hasan. This hadith is Hasan. What's up? Alright, so this hadith gives a clear picture of what the Prophet ﷺ used to break his fast with. However, if these items are not available in the region you are living, you can break your fast with the food that you have at your disposal. So we can, like we do have from the Sunnah what?
I was just gonna ask, so there is one Hasan hadith that does say.
Yeah, but not the hadith that the people use all
Not
the
the
time.
ones they're quoting.
Yeah, the one that they quote is da'if, is weak. But this hadith is authentic, it is Hasan. Alright, so yes, eating dates. The first thing to eat the fresh dates. And they're available, but not right now. I don't think it's the time for them.
We get them maybe half old.
No, it's in the summertime.
It's in the late summer, like August. They start to come and they take them off the tree. So like right now, you're not gonna get them unless they put them in the freezer. Yeah, they're not gonna. So just eat dates and drink water, sip water. What's up?
Question. So like on that topic before these first two, people come and they do drugs and they do whatever they do. If you do drugs or smoke weed during Ramadan, is your Ramadan valid?
If you smoke it during the day or at night?
Anytime. Or anything.
I mean, anything that you take like that during the day, you're breaking your fast.
Is it valid? Is it not valid for 40 days still?
No, your prayer is not accepted for 40 days because it's from the muskirat. It's from the things that cause a sakar, which is like intoxication, which changes the composition of your brain. Anything that you khamar is haram. It's from the muskirat. So anything that disrupts the brain's natural function is considered khamar, whether it's actual drink or it's pills or anything like that. So if you're taking that as something recreational, I'm not talking about like certain people might have mental issues and they have to take certain pills to maintain a balance. That's something different. As far as accepting the shahada as a witness of that person, no, you still won't accept the witness. Even if he has a valid excuse for taking those pills, we won't accept anything from him. But as far as the second thing about the 40 days, if you take something recreational, like for example, a person takes Xanax, which they should never take it, but I'm just saying they do. Some doctors do prescribe it for certain issues. And he believed the doctor and he took it for that. Now you're just taking it for recreational use. No, your salat's not accepted for 40 days. And your witness is not accepted. You're considered a fasik. A fasik means the person who's left out of the obedience of Allah. As far as your Ramadan being valid, yes. As long as you don't take it during the day. As long as you don't take it. But if you spend the whole time in Ramadan like out of your mind, like in some type of drunken stupor, what's valid? You're never in your right mind anyway. So, yeah. Any other questions about that? All right. Issue number 3: do I have to hear the adhan to break my fast? We already answered this, right? Yeah. So let's read through this quickly. All right. The answer to this question is no. All right. As was shown in the previous hadith, we break our fast once the sun disappears over the horizon, whether we hear the adhan or not. If you witness the sun dip over the horizon, you can break your fast. We are encouraged by our Prophet ﷺ to be swift in breaking our fast and not wait because of doubt. This can be understood in the following hadith in Sunan Abi Dawood. حدثنا وهب بن بقية and Khalid and Muhammad يعني ابن عمر عن أبي سلمة عن أبي هريرة عن النبي صلى الله عليه وسلم قال لا يزال الدين ظاهرا ما عجل الناس الفطر لأن اليهود والنصارى يؤخرون. So he said that this deen will continue to be what? It will prevail over all the religions as long as the Muslims continue to do what? Hasten to break their fast. As soon as the sun dips over the horizon and it's time to break the fast, what?
Break it.
Break it. Don't wait. No, we just want to make sure we're going to wait 5 more minutes. No. If the sun's over the horizon, we break our fast. All right. And he said, and he said, لأن اليهود والنصارى يؤخرون, because the Jews and the Christians, what do? They delay it. And also the Shia. We also see because they're like the Jews anyways. Therefore, I studied in the math, so I'm already on the most hated list of them anyway, so it doesn't really matter. Therefore, we should be swift in breaking our fast in obedience to Allah's Messenger, sallallahu alaihi wasallam, and to distinguish ourselves from the Jews and the Christians and the Rafida. Issue number 4. Is there a supplication which I should say at the time of breaking my fast? You guys, what is some supplication that you guys know that you're supposed to say?
In English or Arabic?
In Arabic. You have to say these supplications in Arabic. I mean, if you can, obviously say it in English, but alright, that's true. But I'm talking about a specific dua. Stop using your phone.
Well, I know that, I think I read it, I never learned the Arabic, but it's something to the effect like, I fast for you to stay in Ramadan, and I break my fast with these provisions you have provided, something to that effect.
That sounds like you got that from the Jamaat Tabligh. Tablighs.
Probably, because we had them books in prison.
Yeah, because they just make stuff up. The most famous dua that most people say is what? No, they say, ذهب الظمأ وبطلت العروق وثبت الأجر إن شاء الله. That's the most common dua. But I guess you guys didn't get taught that.
Never heard of it. I never heard of it.
English?
Like, ذهب الظمأ, it means that like the thirst is gone. وبطلت العروق, and the nerves have been like moistened. وثبت الأجر إن شاء الله, and the reward has been, how can I say that in English? Like it's confirmed or affixed, inshallah. But yeah, let's see.
Is that in the book or in my home?
It might be here. I'm pretty sure it's here. Let me see. No, I didn't mention the dua. It just mentioned what? Oh wait, here. Okay. So is there a supplication which I should say at the time of breaking my fast? The popular supplication. I didn't finish the hadith, did I? No. I didn't read it.
Yeah, you did.
No, I didn't read the whole hadith because that dua is in the hadith.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Alright, so let me do it. حدثنا عبد الله بن محمد بن يحيى أبو محمد حدثنا علي بن الحسن أخبرني الحسين بن الواقد حدثنا مروان يعني ابن سالم المقطع قال رأيت ابن عمر يقبض على لحيته. Alright, فيقطع ما زاد. So this is Ibn Umar. He used to do this. He used to grab his beard, and what did he used to do? And he would cut off whatever was extra. Now this is an action of Ibn Umar. It's not an action of the Prophet. Be careful. He said, قال رأيت ابن عمر يقبض على لحيته ويقطع ما زاد على الكف. So this is the kaf. Anything that went beyond that, he would cut it off. وقال كان رسول الله صلى الله عليه وسلم إذا أفطر. And then he said that the Prophet, the Messenger of Allah صلى الله عليه وسلم, if he used to break his fast, when he used to break his fast, he used to say, قال ذهب الظمأ وبطلت العروق وثبت الأجر إن شاء الله. That's the dua that I just mentioned to you. Alright. Although this hadith has been graded Hasan by Shaykh al-Albani, there is a discrepancy in the chain of narration due to an individual named Marwan ibn Salim al-Muqaffa, which is in the chain of narration here. Alright, which is Yani ibn Salim al-Muqaffa, this person right here in the chain of narration, whose status is unknown. So what do we do with a person whose status is unknown? Okay, we reject the hadith. Shaykh al-Albani might make a hadith Hasan based on the different chains of narration, even though they are all weak. And other scholars of hadith will not accept the narration if there is no authentic chain to support the weaker ones. I am in agreement with the scholars of hadith that do not accept the narration. However, if you wish to accept the opinion of Shaykh al-Albani, you are free to do so. He's an imam. And if you don't have knowledge of hadith and you choose to accept his opinion, that's your business. Alright, because he's an imam of hadith, that's his ijtihad. And if you don't have the means of going and checking the stuff for yourself, then that's it. You accept what you feel comfortable with. Alright, he is an imam of the science of hadith, and there is no fault on a person that follows his rulings on hadith. However, there is an authentic hadith that is narrated in Sunan ibn Majah that we can use for this issue, and it is the following. حدثنا علي بن محمد حدثنا وكيع عن سعدان الجهني. Who is Waqi'? What was he famous for? A famous thing that Imam Shafi'i said.
Oh, memorization.
Yeah, what did he say?
عن سوء حفظي فارشدني إلى ترك المعاصي.
Say it again.
فشكوت إلى وكيع سوء حفظي فأرشدني إلى ترك المعاصي.
فقال, you don't remember the second line. شكوت إلى الوكيع سوء حفظي فأرشدني إلى ترك المعاصي. فقال فإن علم نور ونور الله لا يهدى للعاصي. So he went to Waqi', Imam Shafi'i went to Waqi' and he asked him, he said, he was complaining, he said, I complained to Waqi' about my weak memory, alright? Not bad, because he did not have a bad memory, but he wanted it to be stronger. Because Imam Shafi'i had a very strong memory, but he felt like it was weak. So he complained about his weak memory. So he guided me, he gave me advice to what? Leave off sins. He said, why? He said, فَإِنَّ النُّورِ that knowledge of this deen is light. And this light from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is not given to a disobedient person. Alright? It's not given to a disobedient person. And this is also mentioned by Ibn al-Qayyim. Ibn al-Qayyim has a beautiful book, and I'm pretty sure it's translated in English. It's called Ad-Da'u wa-Dawa, which is the sickness and its cure. And what sickness is he talking about? He's talking about the sicknesses of the hearts. The sickness of the heart and the cures for it. And in this book, this beautiful book, he mentions all the different characteristics of the people who constantly sin. And from amongst those characteristics that he gives is what?
The ignorant people.
And he said the darkness, you just see like darkness in their face. You know that light, you know, when you see when a person is like, you know, in the masjid and reading Quran, it's like that light is just what? It goes out. You see that darkness. Just like when you look at the kuffar, you look at a kafir, you look at them and be like, you're not happy. You look at their faces, okay, you see like the smiles are fake, everything's fake. Like, but you're not happy. Your heart's all messed up. So everything with this goes on inside of you is going to come out to the surface. Don't think that you can hide things inside. If you're sinning and you have all this stuff going on in the heart, your outside is going to be affected, right? And what's the hadith for that?
ألا وإن في الجسد المضغة إذا صلحت صلح الجسد كله وإذا فسد فسد الجسد كله.
Exactly. He said, you know, إن في الجسد مضغة. And inside of the body there's an organ. All right. إذا صلح الجسد كله. If it's upright and correct, then the whole body will become correct because all the actions will be correct because this organ is correct. He said either فسدت الجسد كله. And if this becomes corrupt, then the whole body becomes corrupt. Then he said, ألا وهي القلب. He said, oh, it is verily, it is what?
The heart.
It is the heart. So everything in your heart that comes out in your actions. You know, so don't think that you can hide things. You can't. You know, what do they say about it? What's one of the traits of the hypocrites?
Oh, he is entrusted, he betrays.
No, from the Quran.
Oh,
about this, like where they try to hide things from the people, but they don't realize that Allah subhanahu يستخفون من الناس ولا يستخفون من الله وهو معهم إذ يبيتون ما لا يرضون من القول. Is that correct or no? Alright, يستخفون من الناس. So they hide what? They hide their evilness from what? They hide it from the people. ولا يستخفون من الله, but they can't hide it from Allah, can they? وهو معهم إذ يبيتون ما لا يرضون من القول. And when they're spending their nights and all this like secret talk and all, you know, like the hypocrites that have to have all the secret, you know, trying to conspire against the deen. And when they're doing that at night, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, he's wary, he's listening to every single thing. And he said, you know, he was with them, you know, ma'ahum. But where Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, is he with them physically?
No. He's with them strong.
Alright, he's with them in what regards?
Knowledge.
With his knowledge. With his knowledge. Alright, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala does not mix with the creation.
هذا آية سورة التوبة المنافقون بعضهم أولياء بعض يأمرون بالمنكر وينهون عن المعروف ويغضون أيديهم نسوا الله فنسيهم إن المنافقين هم الفاسقون.
Alright, so the beautiful ayah. إن المنافقين والمنافقات بعضهم المنافقين والمنافقات بعضهم أو إن المنافقين والمنافقات بعضهم من بعض. Alright, each of them are what? Are from each other. Alright, but it's not what he said about the mu'mineen. What did he say about the mu'mineen? بعضهم أولياء بعض. That they're protectors of one another. They help and assist each other. But when he said about the munafiqeen, he said بعضهم من بعض. He did not say anything about protectors because they don't protect anybody. All they're trying to do is what? They're just trying to protect themselves. They're concerned about, that's it. That's their concern.
There's no in that al-munafiqun or ma.
That's what I thought.
Yeah.
You messed me up.
No, I said al-munafiqun.
I thought I said munafiqun wal munafiqat.
No, you said inna.
I did.
Yeah.
Sorry, I messed up. المنافقون والمنافقات بعضهم من بعض يأمرون بالمنكر. So they command each other to do what?
Evil.
They command each other to disobedience. وينهون عن ايش؟
المعروف.
وينهون عن المعروف, and they warn against what? They warn against righteousness and good. So these are the people that when you try to call the people to the Sunnah, you try to call the people to Tawheed, what are they doing?
They try to stop it.
Yeah, they're warning against it. They're trying to block it and stop it and keep the people from listening to you. يَقْبِضُونَ أَيْدِيَهُمْ. What does this mean?
They don't spend money on the cause of Allah.
Yeah, they're like miserly. When it comes time to spend the money in the path of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, يَقْبِضُونَ أَيْدِيَهُمْ. It means that they tighten the grip on their money. They don't want to let it go. نَسُوا اللَّهَ. They forgot Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. فَنَسِيَهُمْ. Now, نَسِيَهُمْ with Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, it means what? تركهم. He left them to themselves. Because if Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala leaves you to yourself, what happens? You're destroyed. So because they forgot Allah, they forgot the commands and the prohibitions of Allah, they flipped the deen over and they started commanding with evil and warning against the good. So Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala left them.
الهاتف 5 بيدفع بيطفيه.
We're about to finish on.
I see, the ayah in Surah Al-Anfal, الذين كفروا ينفقون أموالهم ليصدوا عن سبيل الله. فسينفقونها
ثم يكون عليهم حسرة ثم يغلبون. Yeah, because that's what he said about the kuffar and the mushrikeen, that they spend all their money to do what?
Divert away from the cause.
To get the people to go away from the deen. You see the kuffar over there, they spend billions and billions of dollars just to get the people to not listen to Islam. And Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said, سينفقونها ثم تكون عليهم حسرة. And then there's going to be what? There's going to be regret and sadness because of what they spent. ثم يغلبون. And then they will be defeated. Yeah. Alright. So let's be back. Trying to use the traits of the munafiqeen. We're going to do that in a khutbah after Ramadan, inshallah. Alright. So there was did we read this hadith now? No, what? You got me all. Alright, this hadith is authentic. Well, we didn't read that hadith, right? So, حدثنا علي بن محمد حدثنا وكيع عن سعدان الجهني عن سعد عن مجاهد الطائي وكان ثقة عن أبي مدلة وكان ثقة عن أبي هريرة قال رسول الله صلى الله عليه وسلم ثلاثة لا ترد دعوتهم. So 3 people, their dua, their supplication will not be what?
Rejected.
Will not be rejected. Alright, now who are these 3 people? He said, Al-Imam Al-Adil. Al-Imam Al-Adil, a just ruler. A ruler of a country who is what?
Just.
Who is just with the people. وَالصَّائِمُ حَتَّى يُفْطِرُ. And the person who's fasting until he what? Until he breaks his fast. حَتَّى يُفْطِرُ وَدَعْوَةُ الْمَظْلُومِ يَرْفَعُهَا اللَّهُ دُونَ الْغَمَامِ. And then he said, the dua or the supplication of the person who is what? Oppressed. That Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala raises it up above the clouds. Yawm al-Qiyamah, on the day of judgment, وَتُفْتَحْ لَهَا أَبْوَابُ السَّمَاءِ. And the doors of the heavens will be open for this dua. وَيَقُولُ بِعِزَّتِي لَأَنْصَرَنَّكَ وَلَوْ بَعْدَ حِينٍ. And he said, by my might, Allah is saying, he said, by my might, I will give you victory in a bit. So like it's coming, the victory for you is coming. That means that whatever oppression that you face from anybody in this dunya, what? You're going to have to answer for it on the day of judgment. And what was the hadith that I mentioned in the khutbah last Friday? Hadith of Abi Hurairah, radiallahu anhu. Give it to me in English or something.
Okay, you mentioned.
Let me feel that you're listening. Y'all didn't live stream the khutbah this week, you know that, right? So you can't go back and check it. عن أبي هريرة رضي الله عنه من كان عن النبي صلى الله عليه وسلم قال من كان عنده مظلمة لأخيه من عرضه أو من شيء فليتحلله منه اليوم قبل أن لا يكون دينار ولا درهم فإن كان له عمل صالح أخذ منه بقدر مظلمته وإن لم يكن له حسنات أخذ من سيئات صاحبه فطرح عليه. The hadith is in Bukhari. So here the Prophet ﷺ said, whoever has any type of oppression between him and his brother, he said from honor or from any other thing, anything, right? And let him fix it today, before there's no dinar or no dirham, before he has nothing to, what? No money to deal with. Like right now, you did something wrong to somebody, you can fix it either by apologizing, you can fix it monetarily, or you can fix it somehow. But on that day, you're not going to have no money. You're not going to have clothes. You're not going to have anything. You're just going to come with yourself and your body the way that you were born. And what?
Your sins and bad.
Your good deeds and your bad deeds. That's it. So the person he said, if you have good deeds, then what? You're going to give the good deeds to that person based on the level of oppression that you did to them. And if you don't have any good deeds, then what?
You'll take his bad deeds.
The bad deeds will take it from that guy and toss it onto you. So that's very, very serious. Very serious. So the dua of the person, also we know from the hadith of Mu'adh, when the Prophet ﷺ sent him to Yemen, alright, which is a hadith of Mu'adh, and it's also a hadith narrated by Ibn Abbas. Because Mu'adh narrated the hadith and Ibn Abbas also narrated the hadith. So the narration from Ibn Abbas, he said, فَلَمَّا بَعْثَ رَسُولُ اللَّهِ صَلَّى اللَّهُ عَلَيْهِ وَسَلَّمَ مُعَاذًا إِلَى الْيَمَنِ قَالَ لَهُ إِنَّكَ تَأْتِي قَوْمًا مِنْ أَهْلِ الْكِتَابِ فليكن أول ما تدعوهم إليه شهادة أن لا إله إلا الله وأن محمد رسول الله وأن هم يطيعون أن يطاعوك في لذلك فاعلمهم أن الله افترض عليهم 5 صلوات في كل يوم وليلة فإنهم أطاعوك لذلك فاعلمهم أن الله افترض عليهم صدقة تؤخذ من أغنيائهم وترد على فقرائهم. So up to this point, you know this hadith. I'm going to explain it in English now. Up until the point where I'm about to tell you. He said when the Prophet ﷺ sent Mu'adh to Yemen, he said, let the first thing that you call the people to is what? What's the first thing you call the people to?
Bear witnessing that there's none worthy of worship.
To bear witness that none has the right to be worshipped except Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala alone. And that Muhammad is the messenger. In the narration of Abdullah ibn Abbas, it does not have Muhammad Rasulullah. It just said, إن تشهد أن يشهد أن لا إله إلا الله. وفي الرواية الثانية لابن عباس إلا أن يوحد الله. He said that they single out Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala in worship. He said if they obey you in this, then inform them what?
That Allah has made obligatory upon them 5 prayers.
Yeah, they have 5 prayers from the night and the day that they have to pray every day. And if they obey you in this, what?
Then know that Allah has made obligatory upon them charity that takes from their rich ones to the poor ones.
Alright. Then after that he said, وَإِيَّاكَ وَقَرَائِمَ أَمْوَالِهِمْ. And what does this mean? Stumping the house. Stumping the house. Come on, أهل اليمن. وإياك وكرائم أموالهم.
Like their diamonds and their gold?
No, it says, and beware of taking from the best of their wealth. You don't take the worst of the wealth. You don't take anything that has any type of like anything that has deficiencies in it, and you don't take the best of their wealth, but what you take from is the middle of their wealth. Not the best of their wealth. You don't go and take his most prized camel and say this is zakat. No, you don't do that. You take from the average things that he has. All right. He said, وَإِيَّاكَ وَقَرَائِمَ أَمْوَالِهِمْ وَاتَّقِ دَعْوَةَ الْمَظْلُومِ. And he said what?
dua of the one who is oppressed.
Alright, فإنه ليس بينها وبين الله حجاب. What?
There's no covenant between that and Allah.
Well, there's no hijab, this is a hijab. That's a partition. So between that dua and between Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala answering, there's nothing what?
Like,
There's no blockage, there's no partition. Yes. Alright, so as we can see from this narration, alright, you can supplicate and ask Allah whatever you wish before you break your fast. And you are encouraged to do so. So when you're breaking your fast, you just say, whatever you want to ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to do, you want, you have that time from the time that you start your fast to the time that you break your fast to say whatever, make whatever dua that you want to make. But as far as a specific supplication, what's the ruling on that? The hadith about that supplication is weak. Alright, it's weak. And who made it weak? And Shaykh Rahimahullah. Alright, issue number 5. What if we thought the sun set, but then we realized we were wrong? So you saw, because maybe it was cloudy, you looked up, you saw the time, it was time to break your fast, but you know, whatever, we're human, we make mistakes. And then, but you were wrong. What?
I would say nothing because of the intentions.
Isn't there a hadith by Abu Hurairah, radiallahu anhu, who says if someone breaks their fast by accident, let them continue?
Well, that's for the food. You ate by accident or you drank by accident. But here, you had the intentions to